Right now, new charges for the 4 former officers involved in George Floyd's death, the latest on the federal indictment. And a disappointing jobs report, what the president says will help turn it around.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. An update on a crash we were following earlier today on News 3 this morning, as one person is dead after being hit by a semi-truck while walking on the interstate. The Wisconsin State Patrol says it happened on I-39-90-94, just north of the interchange with Highway 151, shortly before 4 o'clock this morning. When officials arrived, the 42-year-old Sun Prairie man was found dead. Investigators say he had been walking in the southbound lanes when he was hit. They are unsure why he was walking on the interstate. This morning, a federal grand jury has indicted the 4 former Minneapolis police officers involved in George Floyd's arrest and death. Indictments unsealed today named Derek Chauvin, Thomas Lane, Jay King, and Tao Todd. Specifically, Chauvin, Tao, and King are charged with violating Floyd's right to be free from unreasonable seizure and excessive force. The indictment accuses them of violating the black man's constitutional rights as he was restrained face down on the pavement and gasping for air. All 4 officers are charged for their failure to provide Floyd with medical care. Chauvin was also charged in the second indictment stemming from the arrest and neck restraint of a 14-year-old boy back in 2017. Well, a breezy start to your weekend, and it's going to get colder overnight. Let's head to the Weather Center. Austin has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A little chilly out there.
Yeah, a little chilly out there right now, but if you're in direct sunshine, it still feels pretty good. Whenever that cloud cover actually sneaks overhead, not so much as those cooler temperatures really do take hold. It's only 50 degrees right now in Madison. It's also pretty breezy outside. We are seeing a northerly breeze of around 16 miles per hour. But then moving along here to our Doppler track, at least we're staying dry, generally partly sunny conditions are overhead, and that's going to be around for much of the rest of today, actually clearing out the skies later on tonight, and that's going to greatly cool down our temperatures for the nighttime hours. Right now, we're in the 40s and 50s. Later on tonight, we're going to cool down to the 30s and even lower 30s. The northerly breeze is helping to keep our temperatures on the cooler side of things overall for today. But notice these temperatures only really seeing those middle 50s, and then we're going to see the cool down quickly afterwards. Now, as of right now, we don't have any frost advisories issued, but we were just checking, and it does look like they are preparing to issue those frost advisories for tonight. So make sure you stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on where those latest frost advisories will be issued for tonight.
All right, Austin, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Pfizer has become the first pharmaceutical company to ask the Food and Drug Administration for full approval of its COVID vaccine. Like Moderna and Johnson & Johnson's vaccines, Pfizer's COVID shot is currently being administered under emergency use authorization. The company says it's already distributed 170 million doses of its vaccine. Pfizer and BioNTech have asked the FDA for priority review. That process still takes 6 months after the agency receives all preclinical and clinical trial data. At the same time, Pfizer's also applying to extend its emergency use to include children ages 12 to 15. If the FDA approves that request, it would become the first vaccine available to people in that age bracket. A survey by the Kaiser Family Foundation shows that about a third of parents would get their children vaccinated against COVID-19 right away. Many others will wait, and some, about 20%, have no plans to vaccinate their children. Over 2.5 million Wisconsinites have received at least one vaccine. That's just over 44% of the state's population, and 36.4% of Wisconsinites have completed their vaccine series. And in Dane County, nearly 48% of residents are now fully vaccinated. Right now, 30.6% of Americans are fully vaccinated. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. A forecast model predicts 185 million Americans will be vaccinated against COVID-19 by September. That's from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington. The model indicates more than 70% of Americans will have at least one shot by the end of May, and 65% will be fully vaccinated by mid-June. The Institute says daily deaths will decline, but vaccine hesitancy could lead to a winter surge. The U.S. economy appeared poised to take off as millions more get vaccinated each day and businesses reopen. But the recovery appears to be going slower than many economists expected. Steve Dorsey has more details from the White House.
The U.S. economy still has more than 8 million fewer jobs now than it did at the start of the pandemic.
Everything we're gone through is now the blinders have been taken off the American people. They know how bad a shape things are in.
The Labor Department reported 266,000 new jobs last month, far below the 1 million jobs that some economists expected, and the unemployment rate is still above 6%. The president says his infrastructure bill will help put more people to work.
When you build better roads or extend the train line over to the next town or install reliable high-speed internet, it sparks new life and investment in communities. It gives people hope.
One of the biggest drags on economic growth right now appears to be the extended unemployment benefits passed during the pandemic, which some say is providing an incentive to workers to stay home.
Clearly, if somebody can make more money by being home and collecting unemployment and taking care of their families, that's a smart economic decision. And it may force restaurants and some of the other areas of the economy to really pick up the wages.
The hospitality industry showed the biggest gains in the April report, but demand for employees still outpaces supply.
We can't open 5 days yet.
Chef and owner Amy Murray says she needs workers right now.
It's unbelievable how many people are coming out for Mother's Day. It's almost like the debutante ball of the season.
Mother's Day is one of the busiest days of the year for restaurants. Steve Dorsey, CBS News, the White House.
Manufacturing saw one of the biggest dips in the April jobs report, with a loss of 18,000 jobs, with most of those coming from automakers. Analysts say that's largely due to global shortages of semiconductor chips, which have idled some factories. Graduation week is starting early, as was the video, as the UW School of Medicine and Public Health is holding its virtual graduation ceremony right now. The event is celebrating over 350 grads from 6 different doctorate and master's programs, including physical therapy, genetic counselor studies, and masters in public health. UW-Madison will hold spring graduation ceremonies in person at Camp Randall tomorrow. One ceremony will be for the undergrad students, another for grad degree candidates. Family and friends will not be allowed, but can watch the ceremony online. Space watchers will keep their eyes to the sky this weekend, as debris from a Chinese rocket is expected to come crashing back to Earth. China's powerful Long March 5B rocket successfully carried the first section of a future space station last month, but the 20-ton rocket failed to re-enter Earth's atmosphere. Right now, the 100-foot rocket is speeding around the globe at 17,000 miles per hour.
I think the Chinese look at this as a matter of playing the odds, right? I mean, 75% of the planet is covered by water, so you got a 3 out of 4 chance of landing in an ocean.
What is likely going to happen?
Where the probability of any community or individual getting hit by debris is incredibly small. I mean, it is an extremely remote possibility.
But it is a possibility. The Pentagon says it has no plans to shoot down the rocket, and China is set to send 10 more up in the coming months. China insists the risk of damage from falling debris is extremely low. Space experts predict it'll fall to Earth sometime this weekend. Keep your eyes to the sky. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
A troubling jobs report and a chance to get paid to tweet. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. We can help you from the safety and comfort of your own home. Our virtual sign-up process is quick and easy. One call, that's all.
The lowest prices of the season sale at Ashley Home Store is here. Our hottest new looks are all on sale. Spring doorbusters are up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices at checkout. And no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
Update your home's exterior with help from Menards. Check out our great selection of Timbercrest double 4-inch vinyl siding in a variety of colors. It's 15% thicker than traditional vinyl siding, and it's all 11% off. Add an accent that looks like stone with Novik Stack Stone panels. They replicate the look of stone masonry with no mortar required. Available in 6 colors. All Novik Stack Stone panels are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Advanced non-small cell lung cancer can change everything, but your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, test positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. It is the only FDA-approved combination of 2 immunotherapies. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more starry nights, more sparkly days, more sunny mornings. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about chemo-free Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
Don't overcomplicate things with fake review sites and mystery brands. Let Ashley Home Store make sleep simple. Select a custom-fit best mattress personalized just for you by factory-trained sleep experts. Piece of cake. Sleep made simple. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Gruber Law Offices has been fighting and winning for people injured by big trucks for more than 30 years. One call, that's all.
Disappointing report on the state of the job market. According to the Labor Department, only 266,000 jobs were added last month. Economists were predicting growth of more than 1 million, and the nation's unemployment rate was little changed at 6.1%. Full speed ahead for Pfizer and BioNTech. The companies say they have initiated an application with the FDA for full approval of their coronavirus vaccine. This would be the first shot going through the total approval process. The 3 vaccines that are currently on the market are under emergency use authorization. Airlines have banned more than 4,000 passengers for unruly behavior in the last year. People who act out are hit with a fine as part of the FAA's zero-tolerance policy announced in January. In one case, the federal government is requesting more than $32,000 in penalties. In that incident, an airline passenger refused to wear a mask, grabbed one flight attendant, and hit another. And Twitter rolled out a new tip jar feature. It will allow users with Apple and Android devices to send money directly to their favorite accounts to support their work. The feature supports a variety of payment options and links, including PayPal and Venmo. Twitter will not take a cut of the cash. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial's up 147 points. The NASDAQ also up 147. The NASDAQ is up 28. Well, tax day has been extended to May 17th, but if you have not yet filed your tax returns yet, experts say you need to do it now. Mark Stieber from Jackson Hewitt says that's because many people may be owed more stimulus money.
If you did not get all of your money for a dependent, or because the rules changed, or perhaps you share custody, or perhaps you had a new baby, those would not have already been paid to you. You will have to ask for that money on your 2020 tax return.
People who lost jobs last year should know unemployment benefits are taxable, but most Americans will get a break on some of that money. The pandemic has slowed the government's ability to process claims. The fastest way to get a refund is to file electronically. The IRS now offers free e-filing software to people making less than $72,000 a year. For those who have filed, you can check the status of your tax refund at irs.gov. Ahead on News 3 Now at noon, a cool start to your weekend, and an alert day is in the forecast for tomorrow morning. Austin will have a look at your certified most accurate forecast next at noon.
Tonight on CBS, it's a full night of action and drama, starting with MacGyver at 7. Then it's Magnum P.I. at 8, followed by Blue Bloods at 9. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's Hot Sevens, a sizzling new family of games with prices of $1, $2, $5, and $10. The bigger the ticket, the bigger the top prize, all the way up to $100,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Hi folks, we have a special show Monday on News 3 Now this morning. We're live at the Memorial Union to mark the reopening of the terrace to the public.
Help us celebrate the return of summer on the terrace. We'll see you starting at 4:30 Monday for News 3 Now this morning.
Powering the future of Wisconsin. Coal is on the way out, making way for solar and wind.
It's not just good for the environment, it's the right decision economically for our customers.
Susan Simon shows you the plan and how it could impact your wallet. Monday at 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Cold weather could be trouble for the fruit crops.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I mean, I've made one trip out to an apple orchard to find out what the cool weather has done as far as bud development. We'll just have to kind of keep checking back on that. You know, the fortunate thing about that cool weather, though, is the corn and soybeans are still under the ground for the most part. We have to start being a little conscientious about that, though, for those folks that planted corn early and that growing point is out of the soil surface. We can only risk that crop so far if the, what do they call it, apical growing point is out of the ground. Then you get cold weather or a frost and you can kill that plant, and that is not what we want to have happen. So we'll keep an eye on those overnight lows for sure. Markets, as far as corn and soybeans are concerned, are up on the midday, and it is primarily motivated by weather, not just the cool temperatures that we're experiencing in the upper Midwest, but also the drought monitor continuing to see an expanding footprint of major growing regions that are experiencing some of that really, really dry weather. States like North Dakota, northern South Dakota, southern Illinois, those are major growing areas that are still looking for some kind of a break. So double digits up on our corn and our soybeans right now, going into the afternoon hours. Dairy markets, though, are not faring quite that well. Fluid milk contracts, a little bit lower. Our product prices are lower. We still are lacking details on what the new USDA dairy donation program is going to look like, what kind of money it's going to bring, and who exactly is going to have access to it. Today in Chicago, barrel cheese is down 4 3/4 cents, 172 3/4. 40-pound block cheese down a penny and a quarter, 174 3/4. Double A butter, though, up 2 1/4 cents to finish the week at $1.77 per pound. And I hear a fertilizer wagon calling my name, so I am going to get the farm truck we're planting this weekend. If we can stay dry, we're going to roll. So
all right, well,
I'm in charge of that.
Enjoy.
I hope so.
All right, we'll see you later. Thanks, Ben. Here's Austin now with that weekend forecast.
Yeah, and we are looking at that cool down, especially for today. And even later on tonight, we do have that good chance to see some frost potential. Right now, what we're looking at, though, still some breaks in the sky. We are still seeing some sunshine. This, however, looks like we're starting to see a little bit more cloud cover actually making its way through. Now, it's a breezy day outside, between around 10 and even 20 miles per hour. Currently seeing about 20 miles per hour in Mineral Point. Prairie du Chien around around 12. Right here in the Madison area, we're still at about 16 miles per hour. But our temperatures, again, not too bad, but they are definitely cooler than average. We're only looking at 40s and 50s here currently. 48 degrees in Wisconsin Dells, 47 up north in Wautoma. Some of these northern communities, especially north of Dane County, that's what we're really watching out for tonight. There is even a potential for a hard freeze for some of our northern communities. Let's talk some rain, however, first. Drought monitor still dry. Now, this is one of the latest drought monitors. It did update on the 4th of May, and it still shows that we're in a moderate drought phase for a lot of our communities. We need some rainfall. It's been extremely dry, and today is no exception. Staying dry yet again. Just some cloud cover overhead, and you look out west, not really anything happening. We are going to stay dry here for the next few days. Sunday does look to bring back our next best rain chance, but look at how high that chance is. Only about 30% chance to see some of those showers, and then towards next week and the weekend afterwards, that's whenever we have a little bit more in terms of significant rain chances. But our future track does show the big cool down for tonight, and that is what we're really focused in on right now. That is going to cause a widespread frost for a lot of communities, and even that potential for the harder freeze, especially north again of Dane County. Wautoma, Wisconsin Dells, about 31 degrees here at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here in Madison, right on that freezing mark tomorrow morning at about 32 degrees. So get ready for that massive cool down here tonight. You will need to cover your sensitive plants if you've already put them in the ground early. Then by the time we reach the afternoon hours on Saturday, cloud cover sneaks through. Temperatures do remain in the middle to even upper 50s. So we do see a decent recovery in the afternoon hours. Then the rain chances do return on Sunday. Just a chance to see a spotty shower passing through. Not looking at a washout, but again, you may actually see one or two of these showers on Mother's Day. So don't expect it to stay completely dry, but you could also still get some outdoor activities in. Now, our Euro model here, this shows the extended forecast in terms of rain chances, and there just really isn't much to talk about. Generally staying dry, even statewide for a lot of this time. But then look here, by the time we reach the end of the day on Thursday, some showers in the northern part of the state. But remember, we are in need of those showers. Up north, they're looking pretty good, but we have been very dry. So we're going to start to see some of those showers actually working their way through. Now, our frost advisories, again, have not been issued just yet, but we can expect this map to start populating over the next hour or two as we start to see some of those frost advisories get issued. So we have issued ourselves an alert day for tomorrow morning. Again, that widespread frost is looking likely. A hard freeze is also possible for some of our northern communities. So for the weekend, 56 degrees on both days here, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, again, that chance to see a shower here and there, but for the most part, most of the day will end up staying dry. And then you look at your 10-day forecast. Finally, those warmer temperatures start to return to the forecast, especially by the time we do reach Tuesday. That's whenever we're going to see some 60s back in action here. And we're just not seeing a lot of rain chances over this next week and even 10 days. Just a few chances here, a slight rain chance, especially here on Thursday. But most of this next week is going to stay on the drier side of things. Thankfully, however, we are not going to see these extremely cold morning temperatures for very long. After we get through about Tuesday morning, we should really start to see those warming back up, which is great news because we don't need to see any more frost here this time of the year.
No, it's getting pretty late for that.
It is.
All right, Austin, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Looking for a new twist to share with Mom this Sunday? No worries. We've got you covered.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
Take that! And that!
Ooh, take it all!
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
Solid core composite frame, triple pane windows.
From Scott the Window Guy at AHD Wisconsin Window.
I'm Scott
Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame triple pane window is the most energy efficient window made for Wisconsin no matter what the season. Buy 7 windows by the end of the month and get the 8th free at scottthewindowguy.com.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Right now, get $500 off stressless signature base recliners or recliners with classic power, and $200 off new motorized stressless Max and Mike recliners, the latest great innovation from Stressless. Plus, get $200 off each stressless Mary and Emily sofa seat. Celebrate 50 years of stressless comfort and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Do you make junk disappear?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Now.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Over the years here in the Test Kitchen, we've shared all sorts of ideas to make Mom feel special on Mother's Day. We've helped you make her breakfast in bed, shown you how to take the stress off of her at dinner time, and on and on. This year, we're making a Rise and Shine pastry that she can enjoy with her morning coffee that, well, let's just say it has a twist to it. We start by placing 2 sheets of frozen puff pastry that we've thawed on a cutting board. We spread one of them with a chocolate peanut butter spread. After that, we sprinkle it with some chopped peanuts. This is gonna be good. Next, we flip the other sheet of dough over the nuts and cut it lengthwise into half-inch strips. For the twist, we grab each end of a strip and gently twist it, like this. Now we roll each one up and place them on a baking sheet. After tucking in the ends and topping it with some melted butter and sugar, we bake them off. When these come out of the oven, they look so good, it's hard to believe how easy they were to make. But the true test comes when you serve these to Mom. To get the recipe for our chocolate peanut butter twists, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, wishing our moms and all moms a Mother's Day filled with lots of, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. A Napoli mountaineer has climbed Mount Everest an unprecedented 25 times. Kami Rita Sherpa broke his own record Friday. The first time Kami scaled Everett was in 1994. That's incredible. I have trouble climbing the hill here on Raymond Road. Mount Everest. Good for him. All right, how's things looking for the weekend?
You know, things are looking pretty good overall. We do have a rain chance coming on Sunday, but the main thing that we're really concerned about right now, it's the cold temperatures for tonight. Widespread frost is now looking likely, and a hard freeze is also possible to the north side of Madison, so that has prompted an alert day that we have put into effect here for Saturday morning. Do keep that in mind. You do need to cover your sensitive plants if you've already put them into the ground right now. That would be a good idea to do that later on this evening as those temperatures fall. We're going to be right around the freezing mark here in Madison, even cooler than that up north, a little bit warmer than that down south, but we're waiting to see where they issue those frost advisories. We will keep you updated throughout the rest of today, and then we dry things out again for next week.
All right. Thank you, Elson. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.